But gentlemen, let's just jump right into the first story. Virginia Giuffre. Do you know who she is?
She was on Seas Island.
So yes, Virginia Giuffre is one of the main defendants, not a defendant, she's one of the main plaintiffs that brought the original case up against Jeffrey Epstein that landed him in jail back in 2019 is when he got arrested, I believe, somewhere around there.
2019.
I believe it was 2019 when Jeffrey Epstein got arrested.
2019, 2020.
Yeah, so Virginia Giuffre brought accusations against not just Jeffrey Epstein, it was also against the Prince of...
England.
Yeah, England. What was his name?
Charles?
Prince Charles, yeah. Brought charges against him.
It was Charles?
Yeah.
Shit.
But
How do you not know the royal family, Brian?
I don't follow. I'm going to be really fucking honest. I don't care at all about the royal family.
Virginia Giuffre, who accused Prince Andrew of sexual assault, has died.
I don't care about them. I'm going to be really honest with you guys.
They pull up to your house with some swords, boys. Your ass gonna be mad.
Some Roman about to swing up on you, bro.
Nah. Never that.
Amanda.
And some horses.
And Central Sea just playing.
You imagine? But she brought charges against him, and then other the influential people is what the court filings labeled them as. They weren't publicly named because, again, we have no further information regarding who else was alleged in these crimes. They were named, but they were never made public.
Right.
Now, Jeffrey Epstein committed suicide just a few months after being arrested by federal prosecutors. He was in the custody.
Yes, he was. He got murked in jail. We know why.
Now,
power went out.
Now, time out.
All of a sudden, right?
Time out, McNasty.
I'm surprised. You know what happened to, what's the other girl's name? Giselle?
Glassy Maxwell.
Glassy Maxwell.
Glassy.
I'm surprised she's still alive.
I am very surprised as well, and we should be keeping a very close eye on her because that situation, it might develop into another suicide.
And she locked up?
Yeah, she's currently in jail. She's currently in jail serving time for her what's the word I'm looking for? Accompaniment.
Love saying
What's her accompanying
accomplice.
Accomplice. That's the word. That's the word I'm looking for the Epstein case itself.
Right.
Now, Epstein committed suicide back in 2019. Virginia Giuffre recently, from what the sources are stating, she committed suicide in her farm in Australia. Now, this is very suspicious. A couple of months ago, a tweet she put out specifically said that she was not contemplating suicide.
Right. Yeah, she said she was not suicidal. She told her therapist. So you think she knew what was about to happen?
Something is off here, gentlemen.
I feel like she was getting like threats.
From who though?
Oh, that's who you got.
Epstein's dead.
The Illuminati.
What
we know dead. Have you seen the body?
We're not doing that.
Have you seen the body? No,
we're not doing that. We're not doing that.
Body.
Come on, bro.
You ain't see the body.
So you believe that Epstein is still alive? Is this where we're going?
On his island right now, and we would never know.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say that he's most likely dead, McNasty. That's gonna be my assumption. Because you have to remember, this was a high profile case, and there were two.
You have to remember, he was in a high profile prison. Magically, the cameras turned off, and then he ended up dead. So come on, bro. Let's be for real,
gentlemen. I am about to take you guys on a little rabbit hole because I am in the camp of, how does any of this make sense? It doesn't make sense. I agree with you, McNasty. Now, Giuffre, adding to this, her lawyer recently had talked to her as well, aside from that tweet, and he confirmed that she was not in any way, shape, or form suicidal. The last time that they had talked, she was talking about adding additions to her house and things that she wanted to do in her future, which is not normal for people that normally tend to be suicidal. That's not normal behavior. So her lawyer pointed that out. Now, how did she get involved with Mr. Epstein? Do you guys know the backstory on how they originally became acquainted?
So was it in the documentary that came out on Netflix a little back?
I didn't watch the Netflix documentary.
Apparently, like, he used to get massages from these girls and then recruit them to his
island.
To his island type shit.
And he was what? She's allegedly one of those girls.
Well, I don't know. That's what I'm asking him.
So so I'm gonna take you guys down this rabbit hole. So Giuffre met Jeffrey Epstein at Mar-a-Lago. the Mar-a-Lago, Trump's estate, when she was still underage. She was working there, I believe, in a summer job. She was approached by Ghislaine Maxwell. That's how she loops into this, because Maxine was apparently looping
The recruiter.
She was a recruiter, essentially, the middleman in these interactions.
And since she's a woman, they probably felt more comfortable with her.
So this is how they loop her into this. Now, here's the thing. Here's the tricky situation in all of this. She was recruited out of Mar-a-Lago, right? She died recently in 2020. What happened in 2020? Or not, 2025, I mean. What happened recently in 2025? What's something that happened in 2025?
Trump got elected president.
Trump was elected president. Epstein was arrested in 2019 and died in 2019. What happened in 2019? Who was president in 2019?
Trump.
Gentlemen, this gets even more tricky. Trump and Epstein were both named in a completely separate rape case that allegedly happened in 1994. They were both named in this court case, and you can Google this online. It's completely available on the internet. That case was dropped, similar to all of Epstein's other cases, where the person who brought the accusations against them just dropped the case for no reason, right? Weird. It could be that they were innocent. Let's just pretend that they were innocent. There's too many dots right now connecting, but let's just pretend that they were innocent, right? Jim Acosta, do you guys know who he is?
I'm not.
Do you guys know who Jim Acosta is?
I like how he knows we don't know who these people are.
I'm asking these questions.
He
Like, you just want the audience to know we dumb.
No. That's not the goal.
Okay.
That's not the goal. You guys,
You know who he is? Knowing damn well
he read a whole story.
Right. Knowing damn well he
did his whole.
So, all right. So Jim Acosta is the man that was the attorney general, the state attorney general for the state of Florida, that was overseeing the Epstein case. He just so happened to also be a part of the Trump administration a couple of years after that rape case where Epstein and Trump were named in. He was also the attorney general under Trump as well. Suspicious? I don't know. Another dot. William Barr. William Barr was, I believe, the FBI director at the time, but he was the man that was tasked with overseeing this entire Epstein situation. His father is the man that gave Jeffrey Epstein his first ever teaching career.
The fuck?
With no college degree. He was a college professor with no college degree. And William Barr gave him his job. Or William Barr's dad gave Epstein his first job. Gentlemen, I am laying out a conspiracy of the ages, and no one seems to even, this is all public information. This is all public. What do you guys think? Am I crazy? Am I a crazy conspiracy theorist right now?
Okay, first of all, I think you should just slow down.
Okay. Explain.
Right. Cause you just sound very sporadic. So you sound crazy.
I sound crazy. I understand. I'm excited.
But you are making sense though. Like you're connecting dots.
Uh-huh.
You know, so it's not too far of a
it's not a reach.
Yeah.
It's not a reach. And think about it.
It can't be a coincidence.
The president of the United States would have the type of power to sneak some federal agents to do a co-op mission to off somebody in jail. That's something they could easily do. There is a lot of dots to connect. And what's suspicious, for instance, Epstein committed suicide inside of this jail. He was under 24/7 surveillance. There were 2 guards that were tasked with overseeing his cell, and there were cameras in his cell. The cameras magically were turned off during this period of time, and the 2 guards were asleep at their fucking watch. Gentlemen, how? How does that happen?
It's kind of crazy.
How does that happen?
So, but what do you think? What do you think caused them to do something to Epstein? Like, is it the information that he could possibly have on them?
Epstein was a professional blackmailer. He had so much information. He had videos and everything of every one of his clients. So that's why a lot of the internet, especially on Twitter and X, if you go on there, a lot of them want to have the full Epstein list released. If you go onto interviews where Trump is talking about the JFK files and the Epstein files, and you guys can search this online, and he's asked about, is he going to release this? He's 100% was on board with the JFK files, and this was pre-election. He was 100% on board with the JFK files, but when he got to the Epstein file, he said we would have to look over that. Right now, the director of Pam Bondi, I believe her name is. I forgot what agency she's in charge of, but she's in charge of the files themselves that link Epstein to all these cases. She has them on her desk from what the White House reports to us. She has not released a single piece of that information on those documents specifically, but we get all of the other information in the fucking world.
I mean, a lot of the stuff that they give out anyway right now, it's redacted information. So they bring out a lot of it, and all you see is like a whole bunch of black lines and stuff taken out.
Okay.
And I think we talked about this in the last episode. Like, why are you giving us the crumbs? Like, we waited.
You want everything.
I want everything. What are you hiding?
Yeah. Now, with the amount of
rabbit hole. That's it.
that's my rabbit hole. With the amount of dots that I laid out for you guys, do you guys think that am I onto something? Am I onto something here?
Nah, shit, it's connected. I'm not gonna lie. There's too many coincidences.
Too many. I would just like to state I am not suicidal in any way, shape, or form. I want to make that very clear.
We can edit that. That shit's not hitting YouTube. It's gonna get 0 views.
I gotta mention that. All right, gentlemen.
Because that's 0 views.
We're gonna get censored. The clips are not gonna hit.
They're not gonna hit.
Oh yeah.
No, yeah.
This whole first segment is not gonna hit.
I'll edit when I say. I'll edit like I'll put like a.
And put grape.
Yeah, put something else. Yeah.
Just put like a little.
A little X mark. I am not X. Yeah, let's do that.